Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to everyone.
Yes, yes, you are.
All right, so let's get started. So आज के सेशन में हम क्या करने वाले हैं? Uh, let's hear from you guys. Okay, what do you think? What we are going to do today?
एग्जाम के बारे में डिस्कस करें.
Okay, all right. So basically, we are going to know दैट इन टुडेज सेशन हम कहाँ पे स्टैंड करते हैं और अब यहाँ से आगे के नेक्स्ट स्टेप्स क्या होंगे एंड आई विल बी हेल्पिंग यू एनालाइजिंग दैट हाउ एग्जैक्टली यू कैन प्रिपेयर योर सेल्फ बेटर बिफोर दिस एग्जाम ओके एंड दिस वे आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग यू a method which if you will follow sincerely then I feel that more or less you will be able to evaluate yourself in a better way okay so अभी हम कुछ activities करेंगे कुछ exercises करेंगे in order to understand that where exactly you stand okay so let's get started शुरू करते हैं so let's know your status first okay so I want everyone to keep a track of everything so I want you guys to have a paper and pencil with you सभी के पास पेपर और पेंसिल्स हैं pencil pen whatever wherever you can note down the things
Yeah.
all right तो फिर शुरू करते हैं okay so first of all, we are going to do this self-evaluation test, and I will be helping you how exactly we are going to do this. This is a template which we have created from our 9+ years of experience in teaching. Okay, and whatsoever we have learned so far, so we have integrated everything in this. All right. So here in this case, what you have to understand is that in this test, we are going to more or less provide you an idea that how much prepared you are. इससे आपको भी पता चलेगा कि आप को अभी कितना दूर का फासला और तय करना है ओके सो यहाँ से आपको ये पता चलेगा कि आप एग्जैक्टली अभी कहाँ स्टैंड करते हो ओके सो आगे बढ़ते हैं और इस छोटी सी एक्टिविटी को शुरू करते हैं ओके सो लेट गेट स्टार्टेड ओके आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट एवरीबॉडी इज हैविंग द पेंसिल्स एंड पेपर विद देम okay so this is the first question for you but wait a minute you do not have to solve this question as you can see that there is already a solution that is given on your screen अब यहाँ पे हमारे पास एक क्वेश्चन है और मैं आपका ओपिनियन जानना चाहता हूँ ठीक है और आप के पास इन तीन ऑप्शंस में से कोई एक ऑप्शन आएगा ओके और वो ऑप्शन आपकी ओपिनियन में सबसे ऑनेस्टली आपकी ओपिनियन में क्या हो सकता है वो आपको नोट डाउन करना है बाद में हम आपके रिस्पॉन्सेस के हिसाब से ये एनालाइज करेंगे कि आपकी प्रिपरेशन कैसी है ऑलराइट सो इट इज वेरी मच लाइक अ साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट व्हिच वी आर डूइंग ओके सो I will help you with the first question. Evaluate the drawing presented for its use of perspective. So, in terms of your understanding about perspective, and only in terms of perspective, judge this submission. Okay. And after that, the option one says correctly used and need to work. Second option says need work, but perspective needs improvement. Third says the student lacks perspective understanding. Whatsoever is your answer, the answer should be brutally honest, okay, because I'm not going to ask anyone's response. You have to note it down for yourself. All right. So feel free to choose among any of these three options. All right. Uh, so there are peeps on YouTube. So yes, I am going to respond and take your questions as well. In the meantime, this activity is also for you. So I also want you guys to keep a track of all these answers which you are watching right now. Okay, make sure that you have kept your submission handy. So सभी ने क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 के ऑप्शंस में अपना आंसर फिगर आउट कर लिया
यस.
ऑलराइट ठीक है सो आगे बढ़ते हैं This is the second question, and let me help you with this one by reading it out. A helmet is used to prevent head injury in risky situations. Helmets are used in many sports as well as while driving a bike. Describe 5 different creative ways you can use a helmet other than the headgear. Sketch your ideas and write one-liner note to describe each idea. The evaluation criteria includes originality, imagination, and presentation. Now, let's go to the question number 2, which we are asking. Read the question given, the image shown, and evaluate the work. Option number 1 says Representation is good. Ideas are well structured. The submission justify all the criteria mentioned. Option B says ideas are good. Presentation lacks balance and neatness. Third option says average ideas, too much test, messy presentation. This could have been much better. Now take a look at the response that has been shared in the right and carefully take a look. All right. Do not forget that you have to be absolutely honest with yourself in terms of getting your responses. All right. So, fellows in the YouTube, you do not have to answer it to me. You have to note down your responses. All right. And you have to keep it to yourself. Okay. All right. So, I suppose now everybody has submitted. Basically, everybody has taken the response note.
Yes.
Okay. Third question पे move on करते हैं. All right. Now, in this third question, do you think that the solution submitted in the last drawing had a fresh perspective? When I'm talking about fresh perspective, I do not mean about the perspective of vanishing point, etc. Okay, I am talking about the originality, the diversity of the answer. Okay, something new, something that has amazed you. All right. Was there anything like that? So the option says the ideas are original. Second says it's okay, this can be better. Third says they are common ideas, even the drawing is average. Go through these responses and note down your response. Okay. So have you guys noted down your response? Shall we
Yes.
proceed? Okay. Now there comes the third question. So let me read out the question for everyone. Shadrapur is an Indian village. It has multilingual, low literacy rate population. There is a lack of awareness on maintaining health and hygiene. This results in an outbreak of malaria. Malaria is a mosquito-borne disease, and its symptoms include fever, headache, vomiting, and fatigue. If left untreated, malaria can be life-threatening. So it is important that timely diagnosis and treatment are done under a trained medical practitioner at the government hospital in the village. Malaria can be prevented with mosquito control measures like draining stagnant water, spraying insecticides. Mosquito bites could also be avoided by using mosquito nets and insect repellents. Okay, now this was the context that the question has given. Now let's talk about the exact deliverable which they are asking. So design a poster for villagers with the above information on malaria to be displayed prominently at the public place. The poster has to be specific to this village and should communicate the seriousness, the symptoms, the action to be taken, and the prevention of malaria. Now, coming back to the question, here it says observe the poster in the image and the question. Do you think that message was conveyed in the drawing? Option number one says uh, clear and powerful message plus excellent work. Second one, message looks vague but representation is good. Third, I cannot decipher the message in the poster. Once again, keep in mind that you have to keep your responses handy, select your options, all right? And after that, make sure that you be 100% honest with yourself, all right? Based on the render that has been shown in the right. सभी ने अपने अपने responses note down कर लिए. Okay. So आगे बढ़ते हैं. I am assuming that everybody has noted down.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's move to question number 5. All right. So here the question part says illustrate. Okay, so I think, yeah, it says illustrate the scene. Dog chases a fruit seller carrying a basket full of bananas. A kid on the tricycle watches. Evaluation criteria says drawing perspective, proportions, and composition. Figures may be realistic or stylized. Now, when they're talking about stylized, it basically means that you have an illustrative approach to explore. Then the question says, read the question and observe the submitted work. How would you evaluate on the balance and placement of elements in the work? Now, please do not evaluate this work on any other parameter rather than the parameter that has been suggested in the question, which is evaluate on balance and placement of elements. All right. So the first option says all the characters and props are interestingly shown in the drawing. Well balanced composition. Second option says representation is good, but the characters and props are unbalanced, kept randomly. Third says this is the disjointed composition. So, among all these three options, which one you think is the most appropriate one based on the parameter that has been shared in the question, doing the full justice, in your opinion, with the render that has been shown? Okay. So, I hope that everybody has noted down the response.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So, here is one more question. I think it's better that you take your time. All right. Please ignore the master's section. Here we are only addressing the bachelor's one. So in this case, the question says modify the given water tap considering the requirements of different users as mentioned below. A 6-year-old child, an artist, a visually impaired person. Draw the modified water tap for each of these users and write 3 points as to why you consider the modified idea of water tap suitable for them. The tap reference has already been shared. Now, the question number 6 says, when you encounter a challenging design question like shown above, do you believe that you can eventually understand with the effort and time? So, option number A says, always, in fact, without much efforts. Second one, sometimes it takes time and rereading. Third one, it says, I think I rarely understand and demand the question. Okay. I hope that everybody has noted down the response.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you can see, this is not related to any reference, but it is related to your own opinion. Okay. So be brutally honest with yourself and make sure that you're noting it down. Now, this question comes. How do you typically react to constructive feedback on your drawing? Now, this is a very personal question, and don't worry, I'm not asking for anyone's response, but you have to put your most honest response on your paper. Okay. So, the option number one says, I appreciate the feedback from anywhere and always try to improve. See, if you're honestly this version of yourself, then only write it. Okay. Because you know yourself the best. Okay. You may feel that this is what you think you are, but you have to write what you actually are, knowing for a fact that you have accepted wholeheartedly where exactly you're standing. Okay, the more you will be honest with yourself, the more it will be good. Second one says, I listen to the feedback, but I don't always agree. I need strong reasons for it. Okay, so if you're the second person, note it down. Okay, third, I feel defensive and it's difficult to talk about it. Okay, so either of these three options, make sure that you speak about your true nature. All right. So I suppose everybody has noted down the response. Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another question. Wait a minute. Yeah. While practicing, if your initial ideas or drawing doesn't meet expectation, what do you do? Be honest with yourself. First one, I redraw until satisfied. Second one, I make the minor tweaks to make it work. I remind myself to be careful next time. Third one's leave it as it is. This situation spoils the mood. Peeps on YouTube, I hope that you are also noting down these points.
Swish,
Yep. Yeah,
the initial design or drawing doesn't meet the expectations of the evaluator or the one who is making them.
didn't get you. Pardon. Can you speak a little louder?
Uh, the initial drawings or design doesn't meet expectations of the evaluator or the one who is making them.
Here, we are just talking about your understanding. Here, the evaluator is not in the picture. All right.
Oh, oh,
So, as it says, doesn't meet expectations. That means your expectation, if your initial design. So, it is basically revolving around you. Okay. So, everybody noted their response. So, let's move to the next question. How often do you experiment? You try it out with new questions from part B. So, option one says, frequently I'm looking for the new questions all the time. Second one, right now, occasionally I want to work on the basics first and I will try more questions later on. Third, rarely I love to draw random stuff. So, what's your honest version? Write it over there. Okay, because everything counts.
Swish, ये जो
Yeah.
क्वेश्चन है
Uh,
उसमें अ, जो न्यू क्वेश्चंस की बात कर रहा है एक ही पर्टिकुलर टाइप के या दो तीन पर्टिकुलर टाइप के नए क्वेश्चंस या अलग अलग टाइप के क्वेश्चन.
आप इसमें सारे सिनेरियोस को कंसीडर कर लो. ओके. और इन सभी सिनेरियोस को कंसीडर करते हुए आप ये सोचो कि क्या आप न्यू क्वेश्चन ट्राई करते हो. इट्स ओनली एंड ओनली अबाउट न्यू क्वेश्चन. ओके. Be it any type or any kind of new question. All right, responses taken. All right. So the 10th question, how do you handle the time tickling or pressure in your design tests? Also, option one says, I stay calm and focus on the question. Second one says, I get a bit anxious but manage to complete. Third one, towards the end, it becomes overwhelming and I'm not able to do anything. As I said, be honest so that accordingly you can understand and see that on what position you are currently there. Okay. Have you noted down the response?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So, coming to this question, when you encounter a difficult visual puzzle or part A question, what do you do? Now, for those who are not able to understand part A, I just wanted to confirm that the part A, we are talking about the GAT section. We are talking about all those mathematical problems, all those puzzle related problems which you witness in UCED and SEED exams. Okay. So, those questions I'm talking about. All right. So, based on these three options, which one you think is the most appropriate option, which describes your situation the best? Note it down.
Like I have a doubt, is it when we are doing a mock test or like normally solving them?
We are basically doing the self-analysis activity, and here in this case, you just have to note it down. I'm pretty sure that you must have given such activity kind of test in which we are able to come up with results. So this is something which you have to do. Okay.
I'm asking about this question, part A wala. That when
Uh,
we normally sit to solve any UCID paper, is it like that, or when we keep a time frame, is it like that?
so it is not related to time frame. Okay. So no. So basically, keep the time frame away from this. and just in general, holistically answer this that when you encounter a difficult visual puzzle, regardless of nine or part A question, what do you do?
Got it. Got it.
So, guys, have you collected the response among these three options? Shall we proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, another questions. How do you approach a puzzle-based question? So, the option one says, I follow hit and trial method, keep doing until I find the answer. The second one says, I try to recall the method I tried last time. And the third one says, I'm scared of puzzle-based questions. I feel stuck. So, which one you think is the option that describes you the best? You have to note it down. All right. Response noted.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have another question that says, when conceptualizing a visual puzzle, can you easily visualize that in your mind? So here the option one says, yes, I can draw it on paper. Second one says, sometimes, mostly I need hint, more perspectives to visualize. And third one, I am not able to understand the visualization based question.
Suresh, I think you skipped one question.
What?
You accidentally skipped one question, I think.
All right. So we will move back to that one. Okay.
Oh,
So the response for this one has been taken
yes.
by everyone. Okay.
Yes.
So I think this one. So when you solve part A questions, do you find recurring pattern in the questions? So these are your three options. First one says, yes, mostly I can figure out the motive behind the question. Second one, sometimes I can see the pattern in the type of questions. And third, I'm not able to correlate the two questions. So what is the situation? Have you noted down the response?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So talking about this one, wait a minute. Yeah. So it says, how do you manage your time working on part A, part B, and drawing skills for design exams, which I'm assuming that you guys are doing. Okay. First one says, I allocate time according to the weightage of each part of the exam. Second one, for now, I'm focusing on my weakness. Third one, because of the lack of time, I practice topics randomly. So, what is the case? Be honest with yourself, and after that, just note down the response. Response taken.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, if you have left any of these responses, please don't do that. Okay. Because we have to take an account of all the responses which you're going ahead with. Okay. So now this point comes to an end. And here it's the time for score. All right. Now, all the responses which you have noted down over there. Okay. This score is going to tell you more and precisely about what exactly we have found out from this questionnaire that uh, what is your status about your preparation. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Okay, so here is how to calculate your score. So the
Sian,
score is mainly,
can you
yes,
show the first three questions since we missed it?
I think you can go back and check. All right, so I will just, but please do not change your responses by any chance. Okay,
Okay.
see, based on the response.
Yeah, finished.
Okay, in this one, done.
Yeah.
In this one, based on the last submission, done.
Yes.
Okay, So here, now that you have taken a track of all your responses, now be 100% honest with yourself. Okay. Now all these responses, try to put numbers against it. All right. So all these options A, which you guys have taken, okay, mark 3 marks against it. And all the option B ones, mark 2 marks against it, and so same for the three. All right. And your total score, as you can see, number of A's plus number of B's plus number of C's. All right. Now calculate your score. And after that, read all these instructions carefully. Okay. And let me know where exactly you're standing. Okay. Don't worry, this is basically the situation right now. The exam is not tomorrow, so you are in a perfect state to improve. Now, whatever is the case, keep the responses with you. I'm not asking for any response to anyone. Okay. But all I can say is that first, take 1 minute, quickly go through this process, and after that, we will start discussing this. All right. That what score peeps have to do what. All right. So I suppose everybody has received their score. Have you calculated? Has all of you calculated their scores?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now comes the real discussion part. Okay. So for those who are scoring less than 25, so first of all, don't worry. You still have time. Exam is not tomorrow. Okay. Believe me that a huge difference, a huge significant difference can even be received within 15 days of sincere preparation. Okay. So don't worry at all. You can almost revise the entire syllabus from scratch, including everything, even if you start now. All right. So don't consider that you are in a dystopian scenario. Definitely anything in this world is possible. But yes, this is very much like a wake up call. You have to take up this wake up call. You have to sincerely sit and get it done. Okay. If you have a strong enthusiasm towards this exam, if you genuinely want to do it, this is the time when you have to cut down on all the distractions and focus on one single goal. Look in that one single direction, and after that, just give it the best shot. All right. So this is for those who are scoring less than 25. And I must say that I'm also appreciating the honesty which you have done with yourself. So that if those who are scoring less than 25, if you're able to identify, that means the first step which you have taken, which is right, is that you have acknowledged that there is the room for improvement. Okay. So this is the good thing. Then talking about the people who have scored between uh, 25 and 35, basically people who are coming under 25 and 35. Definitely you're a serious aspirant. That's the reason that you are able to come up with these responses. All right. You are having the right mindset also, and definitely the significant level of hard work which you are putting in, that is visible. That's the reason that you are able to score. Okay. But what we believe is that this kind of state is not truly that good. Why? Because, if you're in the middle, that's no point. See, uh, you will be the person, if you have not done enough in order to crack for this exam, maybe you can be the person who will be uh, getting the most of the tension and most of the stress of the exam. All right. So I must say that only these two extreme alternatives are always the best. Okay. The one who has not prepared at all, they won't be so much cared about the exam result because they know for a fact that how much effort they have put in. Okay. But the people who have done next level of efforts and next level of hard work, and they know for a fact that they have done such a level of hard work that is beyond their capacity. So they will understand that uh, since they have put in a lot of things, so they can only and only do this much till this extent. Now, in this extent, if they are able to crack this exam, it's good. If they are not able to crack it, then they will pretty much not take tension because they will be satisfied that they have given their best. But if you are lying somewhere in the middle, so, no doubt, you're doing good. Keep up the good work, keep up that momentum, but keep moving forward in that similar direction. Okay. And make sure that you become extra serious and start putting in extra effort because you have the chances to get it done. All right. Very high chances to get it done. So, I must say, these fellows, all right. So start understanding the game seriously. Okay. Then comes the people who are scoring more than 35. So in this case, I will tell you that definitely I salute your confidence. Okay. But I would also like to admit that uh, life is unpredictable. Nothing is in our control. Okay. So make sure that uh, you keep up this momentum, you keep up this good practice. Definitely your hard work and everything is getting visible. All right. By the way, let me tell you, if you're scoring if you're scoring more than 35, please do not take us wrong that we are giving you any kind of guarantee that you will crack this exam. Okay, this is a test, and based on this condition, we are able to provide it to you. Okay, so still, the fingers are crossed. The game is still on. So I want everyone to put in their extra efforts. Okay, this is a good sign. This is, I think, the best motivating factor that you are doing good. Okay, so probably your game is now going to be even more interesting because one thing is there that you have chances to crack this exam. So ensure that your chances are also high, and at the same time, get into the game of becoming a great ranker. Okay, maybe these fellows can also aim for becoming these fancy AIR numbers. And if you are one of those AIR one rankers, then I will be the happiest that after this test, if any one of you was getting that score and going over there, great. Okay. And let the future tells what is going to happen. But yeah, I do salute your hard work also because getting the score high needs a lot of talent and needs a lot of hard work. Okay. So moving forward, so this was the case. Okay. Now, if anyone has any queries, you can definitely contact to us. Okay. All these things and everything is has been given over here. All right. So these links will also be shared with you. Okay. All right. So the Telegram group and all these links, they will be provided to you. Okay. Now allow me a moment. So for the next steps, I have to recommend everyone something. So let me just share the link with everyone. Okay. So I will be sharing the links with the people who are there in the session in the chat. Okay. And after that, to the ones who are present on YouTube. So I will be sharing that with the YouTube peeps. Just allow me a moment. Now there is an important instruction that please open this link when I instruct you to do so. Okay, before that, please do not make any of these changes. You have to first take care of one thing over here. Okay, just a minute. Just allow me a moment. So what we are going to do is that I think any one of you can actually put it on the YouTube chat so that the YouTube fellows can also uh, access this. All right. Okay. Now let's come back to the document which I have shared with you. Okay. So that we can have a better understanding. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So this is the document which I have shared for everyone. Now that you have already opened this, so the very first instruction which I want everyone to do is that please go over here, tap on file, and after that, make a copy of this. All right. So as it says, file, make a copy. So hit on make the copy. And after that, please close this original copy so that you have your own copy. All right. So keep this copy with you, name it according to you. And after that, we can get started. Now let me know, has everyone created
1
their own
minute,
copy?
sir. It is asking access. We don't have the
Right.
access yet.
Yes.
Okay, it is asking for access.
Yeah.
Just allow me a moment. Let me check.
Okay.
All right, guys. So please check whether
Yeah,
you
we
are
can
able to.
open it now.
Okay, so you guys can open it now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. Code yourself in the link. Okay. So basically, you have to prepare a copy. All right. So prepare a copy of that. Okay. Now, after that, there are also some more questions which we have to take in account. So this is the first question. Okay. Now, let me help you with the question part. So it says, what do you know about the exam? Okay. What actually happened in 2024? Take a look at how you have been doing so far and answer these questions. The first question says, do I know everything about NID's exam structure? So answer it for yourself, yes or no. All right. In your copy, which you have prepared, and also note it down on the responses sheet for which you were doing that previous activity. So note down everything very, very honestly. So did you guys answer the first question? So this comes the second and the third question, which says, do I know all the topics asked in the exam? Do I know how to prepare for an ED? So in that case, you have to answer for yourself that do you know everything? If you do feel that you know most of it, If you do feel that you know it, then in that case, write it. Okay, it is totally based on what kind of confidence you are carrying. And let me tell you, the confidence is also a byproduct over here. When I'm saying byproduct, that simply means if you would have been honestly practicing so far, that means you would have already been in a situation where you must have naturally felt this confidence, and you can now note down all these responses. Okay, if you are naturally feeling that confidence, then you know what to respond. Okay, so I hope everybody has answered this.
Yes, I had a doubt.
Yeah,
Should we mark our responses in both the things, like our own copy and the original copy?
can you
Or
speak a little bit louder? I'm not able to hear you properly.
are we supposed to mark our responses in both of the copies or just our copy?
Both of the workbooks. Basically, there's no concept of work. Basically, you must be noting down all these responses over the pencils and paper, noted down there as well. And if you have already prepared a copy, which I have said that file and go and create your own copy, get it done. And after that, you can write over there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. After that, you have to think uh, what were the first three significant achievements which you have done so far. All right. Where have you been genuinely putting your effort? How did these impact your preparation? All right. Now that I have instructed everyone to do this, all right, and you must have prepared your own copy, go through this question and answer yourself very honestly. All right. Take your time. I think I should give some time for that. Think about those significant achievement. This achievement can be anything. If you have learned how to draw well, that will also be counted. If you have even mastered a very difficult topic which you were not familiar of, which you think was a bigger milestone to crack, note it down. Okay. There is also a hint which is talking about the reference. So are you guys able to recall your achievements? Even if it is the smallest achievement, note it down. Do not underestimate yourself. Okay. So has everyone noted down the response? All right. So I'm assuming that everybody has noted it down. So let's move to the challenge. Okay. So here the second question says, what were your biggest challenges or obstacle which you have faced so far in your preparation? How did you overcome them? And what did you learn from these experiences? Okay. So here you have to talk about any kind of challenge. If you think drawing was a challenge and you were able to overcome it, write about it. If it was about a specific topic, do write about it. Okay. If it was about some topic in part A, write about it, but do not entirely write about the subject. Okay. If you feel that you didn't have any proper knowledge about the design field in general, but you were able to get it done, include that part as well. Okay. So I'm giving you time. So I hope you guys are writing it down. Okay.
Suresh, in challenges, can we write challenges that we have overcome?
What
In
which
challenges, can we write the challenges that we have overcome?
challenges that you have not completed? Is
We
that what
have
you're asking?
overcome. I have overcome those challenges.
All right. So, but you are facing it, right? And if you have already overcome some of these previous challenges, note it down. If you are already in the midway of a challenge, since you have felt it like an obstacle, note it down and write it very positively that still you are in a phase in which you are doing it. Okay. So, have you noted it down?
Yes, noted.
All right. Okay. So now the next part that comes over here is the psychological growth. Okay. So this over here, it says reflect on your mental calmness, ability to overcome the creative block, and how you deal with impulsive mood swings so far, and how have you been evolved? Is there any significant improvement on this front? This is a very important step because if you genuinely want to feel that whether you are genuinely growing or not, your mind, your subconscious mind tells you. Okay. If you feel that you are achieving something on each and every day, in that case, you are feeling that uh, you are adding value, okay, within you. So in that case, note it down. All right. Note down about your psychological growth. When I'm talking about growth, I'm talking about that growth in which you have seen the progress. All right. So note it down. It is going to help you to keep a track. Okay. So then there is another point that says professional growth. So have you progressed in your career or college studies in 2024 apart from design exam preparation? What were the key learnings which you would like to attribute for your design thinking and your professional growth? This is a very important thing because if you will talk to any of these seniors, fellows, or anyone who has cracked this exam before you must have seen that they already have a very strong aspiration of becoming the designer already, and not just with aspiration, they had already started implementing uh, and exploring the design field. All right. When I'm talking about implementing on their scale, let's say that if somebody wants to become a product designer, now they have started making all these Jugaad products and everything. So, in that way, it is talking that you have now uh, indulged yourself over the path of becoming that designer. So, in that case, you must have done some kind of professional growth. You must have explored. You must have learned about new colleges. Maybe checked out the colleges abroad. Maybe you would have talk to some designers. Maybe you would have understood how their day looks like. Maybe you would have explored some software, saw some tutorials, or maybe on Instagram you may have learned something new. Whatever professional growth you have done, document it and write it down. Okay. Then there is another point that says looking forward. Based on the experiences in the first few months of 2024, what would you like to do differently in the next 3 months? And are there any new methods you would like to explore? The changes you want to make? Okay, ask it with yourself that what can be those changes? All right. These changes can be anything. Let's say that you are a student who is studying in 12th standard and you have been focusing very much over your boards and you couldn't give time to your design exams. In that case, maybe looking forward can mean that you will now promise yourself to devote more time towards your preparation. Even that simple step is also counted over here. Okay. So that's the case. So, guys, have you been able to write down all these 3 points? So, fellows in the session, are you guys able to write it down?
Yeah.
All right. So then comes as the next step, and that is align. Okay. So this step is very, very important because here you have to implement what you are learning. Okay. See, in order to become a designer, I strongly believe that you need to, before getting into a design college, I strongly believe that you need to start becoming a designer from day one. When I'm talking about becoming a designer, that means becoming a problem solver, becoming the one who is going to design something, becoming the one who is going to draw and represent your design. All right. So start aligning design thinking in your life vision. All right. No matter whatever problem you see, even if it is your model making project which school has given you, okay, put that effort over there. If it's your physics practical model, put it over there. You need to put those efforts from your school practicals till your model making activities or solving any other problem. Okay, if it is present in your surroundings and everything, I want you to put that designer's mindset over there. Okay, put that design thinking up front. Okay, so in that case, what I want you all to do is that start looking at the problems with a designer's vision. Okay, explore them and try to create a difference. Okay, also talk to others, try to know their mindset. Okay, so I want you to do these kind of jugards. All right, so try to align that design thinking in your work. Okay, how closely have your actions over the past few months have aligned in overarching your life vision? Consider areas where you have excelled, areas where you might have little misaligned. Okay, document everything. So even the researchers have also proved that if you will document everything, so in that case, you are able to overcome any problem, beat any problem. Okay, if you are able to note it down, you are able to overcome it. Okay. Then, very specifically, think about the actions you could have taken in 9 weeks in order to get more aligned. Write it down. Okay. Then align your preparation goal. Okay. Review each and every goal based on what you have achieved so far. Which you made progress on? Which are lacking behind? Uh, do any of them needs updating or removing? For each goal, it's still on the list. Okay. What 1 to 3 specific step you could take to realign, make progress or accelerate your progress in next 9 weeks. Okay, write down your goals. Make these goals very realistic. These goals should be able to be very achievable with the time you are able to put in your preparation. Okay, and you need someone to take an account for your goal. Okay, it can be your cousin, it can be your friends, and what we have seen so far is that I believe that almost most of the aspirants in India who are giving this exam, I believe that they are already watching the stream. So what we have seen is that peer-to-peer learning is always great. Maybe you can collaborate with each other, and after that you can make others as the one who is keeping track on your progress. Okay, and that's how you can mutually grow. Okay, so write down those realistic goals, try to achieve it. That is going to help you. Okay, now moving forward, plan your 100 days. So there are around 12 to 14 weeks left for 2024. Okay, I'd recommend spending the rest of the session planning your next 12 weeks. So we'll get back on the review of this plan. Okay, so after that, what's your goal? What you're aiming for? plan it in 3 to 5 major moves. That how will you get there? Okay, what is going to be the timeline when you are talking about the timeline? Talk about that timeline not just in the time frame of 24 hours, but talk about it in months. Okay, so that if you will plan to complete your preparation by October end, okay, make sure that you also write that timeline as well, along with your each and every day progress. Okay, if you are planning to revise everything in November, or let's say in December, if you want to just keep giving test, everything whatsoever you have planned, just note it down and document it. Then it says, uh, what could you enlist for help? Now, the areas where you feel that the help is needed. Okay. So write down those areas so that you can learn from your fellows. Okay. I mean, from your friends or everyone, whomsoever you think that their concept is much stronger. Now, as an aspirant, as a proactive aspirant, you must have seen that your specific friend must be good at a specific topic. You should remember that this person is good at this topic, but weak at this topic. All right. So what obstacles might you encounter and how would you overcome? So you have already listed about them and how exactly you're going to do that. You have to uh, start solutionizing on that part. Then it says what daily or weekly actions will help you to get to that goal. Okay, figure out these things and after that note it down. How will you track your progress? You have to keep the track of it. Either uh, find a friend who can keep a track, either keep a track of yourself, all right? Who is your accountability buddy? So keep that accountability buddy, which I'm putting the stress on. And fourth one, how will you adapt if things don't go according to your plan? That means what is going to be that plan B? This exam is not everything, all right? There must be a plan B with you. Okay, so since you are bachelor students, there are a lot of plan Bs that are out there. Okay, there are not just a lot of colleges, but also there are a lot of different courses that can also offer you, which is probably a debate for another day. Okay. And don't worry, we may plan on that area as well. But yes, you should definitely have a plan B. Okay. And when I'm talking about plan B over here, I'm not just holistically talking about preparation. I'm talking about the plan B of what if you couldn't achieve your goal, which you have written over here maybe on that particular day or maybe on that particular month. So in that case, what is going to be that plan B? So that at least you feel valued while during your preparation. So that needs to be done. Okay. Am I clear, guys, on this?
Yes.
So after this, last but not the least, is concluding. Have the gratitude with your proceeding in this journey. Gratitude is very, very important. See, believe it or not, it was a beautiful journey. You didn't knew about a field that is totally asking for you to just, make interesting crafts, draw, okay, or maybe, just do what you enjoy doing. And there is a field out there that actually pays you and gives you a career uh, for something which you end up enjoying. All right, where you won't feel it like a work, but uh, what the things which you are doing in this preparation are hobbies for other people. So don't you think that you have actually been blessed with a skill and you have came this far? All right. So I'm pretty sure that during this journey you would have made really great friends. All right. And you must have came around with very interesting people who are creative as well. Okay, they are artistic, they are a free soul artist, and they have different beliefs, different insight, and altogether a different idea about life. So feel gratitude about it because I don't know what is going to be that end destination, but what this journey has offered you is really very precious. And trust me on this, even after cracking IIT, NID, and NIFT, and all these three exams, so I have personally cracked all these exams. Okay, whatsoever you guys are aiming for. And to be very honest, let me tell you, one of my most sweetest, challenging, and I would say one of the precious memory is the memory where I was actually preparing for this exam. All right. The friends I made, some of them also became my colleagues in the same college. Some people, they couldn't come along with me, but yes, they have been doing really great in life. Okay. So what I want you to do is that I want you to feel that gratitude. Okay. this is a phase of life. If you have seen Kota Factory, it is more or less based on that same journey that is talking over there. Okay. At the end of the day, it's the happiness in the life that does. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that you must be resonating with this thing. If you have sincerely prepared, if you have actually put in a lot of sweat, stress, and everything in this exam, you must be able to relate with me. Okay. So that's about the gratitude. We will be doing more such audit workshops. Now, one thing which we have tried different in these type of audit workshop is that we have not given you anything planned because everybody is having different commitments, different schedules. Okay, some people are already droppers, but some people are still giving boards. Okay, but this kind of format, this kind of idea of preparation, all right, the motto is being shared over here. Now, this motto should remain consistent. And once this motto is achieved, no matter whatever schedule you will make for yourself, as long as these pointers and as long as these answers are coming in your favor, you're great to go. Okay. So, on that note, this was what I had to offer for this session. Okay. If you guys have any questions, I will be more than happy to help you. Okay. And first, I will take the questions for the people who are present in this session. And after that, we will also open the stage for the YouTube fellows. Okay. But the people who are watching us live, feel free to put your responses in the chat. All right. Yes, Pavitra. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct.
Yes, yes. Hi, Suyash. I
Hi.
am a B.Des aspirant for NID and UCEED, and I wanted to ask that for UCEED specifically, the memory drawing questions, is it okay to draw cartoonish figures? Because I can simply not get myself to do the completely realistic stuff. Cartoonish is a little easier and better for me.
See, whatever you're going to draw realistically in this exam by the given time frame is going to be somehow somewhat illustrative in nature. All right. Achieving
Hmm.
hyper-realism takes a lot of time, okay, which is
Hmm.
clearly not feasible in those time frame that exam is giving you. All right. So
Hmm.
anyway, you have to come up with an illustrative approach. If you want to go with the cartoonish style, go ahead, go for it, not a problem. But you have to keep one thing in mind is that you do not have to uh, you do not have to innegotiably tweak the proportions. All right. So that
Okay.
means you cannot draw Shinchan like figures. All right. If you are
Agreed.
taking a
Yes.
cartoon styles, please prefer characters that are like Doraemon. For example, Nobita and Sunio and all these characters are fine
Hmm.
because they are satisfying the criteria of anatomy. But if you are making characters like, let's say, Hamtaro and where, or let's say maybe Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyans,
Hmm.
realistically super saiyans are not feasible, okay, for this exam, so just
Agreed.
don't do that. All right.
Okay. I have one more question, a little unrelated, but since some private colleges have already started asking for portfolios, is it okay if we use some illustrations which we have made with the help of AI but really modified it a lot?
So I believe that you can keep it as a different category, all right,
Hmm.
but your portfolio shouldn't be totally about AI generated stuff. Okay.
Yes, yes,
A
agreed.
portfolio is basically a collection. Include different kind of things. Maybe include photography, even if you have done it from phone. Include some kind of craft, some kind of model which you have made for your school. You can choose to go back to your school, click those picture. Maybe you would have created a display board, assistant some teacher to do some kind of
Hmm.
maybe school festival stuff. Just click it and
Hmm.
document it. All right.
Okay, so it AI won't be particularly criticized, right? Because it's a little controversial thing, even if like there
Well,
are just one or two projects of it.
I understand, but they are just one to two works. It is not showcasing your entire portfolio. If your entire
Correct.
portfolio would have been that, then that could have been a risky move. But your
Okay.
portfolio also has a lot of more things to offer. That's the reason I'm
Hmm.
stressing upon the point of making it diverse. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of questions over here. I'm getting Osho feels from you right now. All right. That is basically a compliment for me because I am genuinely considering myself as a, I think, part-time philosopher who is finding out the meaning of life. Thank you for that. It means a lot. Okay. So, all right. Then somebody is asking, Suyesh, can you please talk about SOP preparation. Okay, so you need to understand one thing when you are writing about the statement of purpose. This is a very excellent moment in which you can talk about your ideas, your belief system. Okay, so in this case, write about your expressive version. One thing which you have to keep in mind is that do not write a schoolish paragraph saying, my name is this, I do this, my hobbies are this and that. Please don't do that. Okay, you are a creative person. All right. Talk about yourself. Are you an extrovert, introvert, ambivert? Okay. What do you think about the world should act like? What are your beliefs? Did you do something for the society? All right. So talk about everything. Basically, uh, it's just that if you got a chance to introduce yourself from a friend, I think you can keep that part in mind. But this is just one section of the SOP which you can consider. The second thing which you have to keep in mind is that how exactly you landed into the domain of design. Who inspired you? How you came over here? That needs to be written down. Okay. So I must say that write down those areas where you feel that you belong to this field, or write about why you feel that NID is the right place for you. But yes, do keep in mind, do not start buttering about the college. Okay, do not write these paragraphs that they are the most premier institute, they are the best in India, they know what they are. Okay, it's just that you have to write how they are going to add value in your life. Okay, so you have to position yourself in that manner. Okay, so after that, somebody's asking.
Thank you so much.
Sometimes I didn't came with unique ideas. I also doing some animated characters. I'm preparing for NID. Should I make a portfolio now? Well, NID is not asking for any portfolio. Thankfully, after 2016, they have stopped asking for portfolios. So you guys are the most luckiest candidate. I completed my 12th in 2016. So I was basically one of the victims when they used to ask for portfolios. But you guys are not in that situation. So don't worry for the portfolio itself. Chill and only prepare for prelims exam, and uh, I would highly manifest that you will go through that. After that, the challenge will be the studio test. Okay. But as of now, for portfolio, don't worry. So then there is one more question. We will have a session for SOP prep later on. Yeah. You can basically communicate this to the team. The team will get back to you. Okay. In SOP, do we have to use casual tone or a little formal? Well, I feel that this decision is totally yours, where you feel that you can be described as best. See, the thing is this, if you are going for casual and informal tone, just make sure that it shouldn't be too much. It's not a bad idea that you get others' opinion as well. Okay. Maybe about your friends, family, or maybe an elder bhaiya or didi, whosoever can uh, assist you and give you an opinion. All right. How to come up with unique ideas for product design questions? Well, it's better that you master the design process. The design process is more or less going to cover these things. There is already a video which is design thinking on our Kaphal channel. Check out that video. That video will answer everything about the question for product design which you are asking. All right. Make sure that you check out that video. So, yeah. Any other questions, guys? All right, so over the YouTube, I cannot find any questions over here. So I hope this was fruitful to everyone. I wish you all the best. And uh, now that
Fresh,
you have a better idea, yes.
एक रिक्वेस्ट थी।
Hmm.
हाँ, मैंने काम भेजा है इस हफ्ते का जीमेल पे।
Yeah, we will address it.
हाँ,
Okay. All right. So I think there are some more questions. I will quickly take them. I have uploaded my SOP. So what I did was write up the SOP, then chat GPT to improvise it. I improvise in your own way. It's the suggestion. Okay, guys, please use ChatGPT only for improvisation, but do not copy and paste the ChatGPT generated result. Okay, write your recipe on your own. Okay, even after generating it from uh, ChatGPT, because what you have generated from ChatGPT, there are softwares that can easily track and tell you that whether it is AI generated or not. No matter how many times you put on that regenerate button, be it on Google Gemini or be it on ChatGPT, you cannot escape that. So please don't do this blunder, okay? Don't don't dare to copy and put that on over there. Write your own draft, okay?
सुरेश तो एडमिशन में देखते हैं क्या वो जो
Of course.
देखते हैं
I mean, thankfully, your
Sorry,
interviews are not happening. Otherwise, so in masters, matlab, they are printed and already present with the interview panel. They also ask questions to the masters fellows by this. So definitely, it is going to. I mean, it is going to be considered to some extent. Okay.
what is SOP?
So if you're asking this question, that means you have not filled the form yet. So I want you to
Yeah.
first start filling the form. You will get to know what we are talking about. Okay.
Okay.
तो
So
एडमिशन
let
में
it be
फर्क
the
पड़ता है
mystery.
क्या
What?
अगर अगर उसने अच्छा नहीं लिखा हो तो एडमिशन में फर्क पड़ता है क्या
थोड़ा तेज बोलो, समझ नहीं आ रहा.
अगर उतना अच्छा नहीं लिखा हो तो फिर एडमिशन में फर्क पड़ता है क्या
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. बट जब उन्होंने कम दिया है तो अच्छे से करके दे दो, ऐसा कुछ होगा तो नहीं. ओके.
तो मैं
बट ये
करता
हो
हूँ
सकता है लेट्स से कि आप सेलेक्ट होके चले गए, ऑलराइट, और जो सेलेक्टेड कैंडिडेट्स हैं तो हो सकता है जो आपका फर्स्ट क्लास का जो आपका बैच बनेगा उसमें जब इंट्रो वगैरह होगा तो हो सकता है कि उनके पास में ये सारी चीजें हो. सी द वर्ल्ड चेंजेस वंस यू लैंड इनटू द कॉलेज. ओके. सो इट्स बेटर दैट यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग आउट. डू वी
मैं
हैव एनी
चुका ना
इंटरव्यू along with studio test? No, I don't think so. There's no interview. All right. Cool. Let's call it a day, guys. I hope this was fruitful to everyone. Okay.
ये
So I think somebody is asking one more doubt. Sir, which is more valuable, good perspective plus okay drawing or normal perspective with good drawing? I would definitely go for normal perspective with good drawing because where you feel that your answer is at your best shot. Okay. Instead of giving the opportunity to the invigilator to deduct your marks, go for that option. All right. And what happens if we clear the prelims but not means? ये तो वही क्वेश्चन हो गया जो उस टाइम पे थ्री इडियट्स मूवीज में मैं पूछा था कि अगर मतलब प्लेसमेंट हो गया और एक दो मार्क्स रह गए तो जॉब रहेगा. सो दैट्स द केस. द सेम आंसर. नहीं भाई, नहीं रहेगा. ओके. सो you won't be getting selected, but let's not go over there. All right. Yes, Sanvi.
So, as
Yes,
of
Sanvi.
now, what can we do to prepare ourselves for the studio test?
Okay, the one thing which you can do is that don't even think of studio test till prelims. All right. Let me tell you, prelims is basically the biggest barrier. Starting for studio test, that has a different thing, different mindset, different criteria, different syllabus. Let's not go over there. Okay. It will hamper your prelims preparation. At this point, your focus shouldn't be deviated. All right. If you feel
Yes,
that
sir.
after giving your exam, you are confident that then it can be done, then you can maybe communicate to us. But right now, that is just not the good way to start for studio test. Okay. Clearly not gonna recommend that. Yes, Sohani.
Okay, sir.
Actually, my sketching is not that good. मतलब okayish type है.
Can you speak
Like,
louder?
am I audible now? Hello.
Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, now am I audible? Hello.
Okay, you're not properly audible.
Okay, I'll write it in the chat box.
Okay, maybe you can choose to write. Okay, I think that will help. Okay. All right, guys, let's call it a day. I hope this was fruitful. Thank you, everyone.